Jackson Podcast.
I couldn't wait to talk about this because, it's like the youth don't know no better, and you can mislead the youth, and I ain't gonna allow that to happen. Where did Crunk come from? Who originated Crunk music? Get buck music, rowdy music, bounce music. Salute to both of these individuals, 3-6 Mafia, DJ Paul, Lil Jon. Lil Jon did his first interview on the Breakfast Club, a hell of an interview too. And the conversation came up, Crunk's real birthplace. Who started it? I'm going to go ahead and play the clip. I'm going to present all of the conversation to y'all, and then I'm going to give y'all my take. Let's get right to it, though.
You trademark the word Crunk?
I can't remember. Probably. Did all my ad libs. I know that.
Because you're the face of Crunk, but to me, I would say 3-6 Mafia are probably the
So that's another argument going around. It's an argument that says Memphis started Crunk. Here's what I will say. We in Atlanta, you couldn't be in Atlanta in the 90s and not be listening to 8-Ball MJG. Mm-hmm. You couldn't be riding around not listening to Master P. Mm-hmm. Master P changed the landscape of
the South.
Yeah. Period.
That's right.
He was the first one that really got us rowdy. I would say it was Master P. But we was listening to Ball and G, and of course 3-6 Mafia came around
You think P got us rowdy before 3-6?
I think for Bout It.
Yeah, but tear the club up. I bet you won't hit him, motherfucker.
Tear the club was 97. What year did Bout It come out?
I was in college. It had to be 95.
I think it was like 95.
95. I was in college.
I remember what happened was in the club in Atlanta, it was playing bass music, and then when Master P came, that was over.
About it. That was 95. Definitely, I was a freshman in college.
That was the record. Motherfuckers in the hood was getting No Limit tattoos.
1995.
95, yeah.
Exactly.
That part of the album, true.
That's what changed it for us. So I will say Memphis is part of the influence, but our sound is different. Yeah. Memphis was getting buck.
They say Body was 97. That seemed late, though.
No. It came out in
95 as a part of the album.
Tear the Club
it was a white label,
97.
95.
When we got Tear the Club Up, it was when they redid it. That was 97, because I remember it says on the vinyl, Tear the Club Up, 97. Mm-hmm. So, but it started for us with Master P. That Bout It shit just changed everything. Mm-hmm. But we are influenced, but it's all different sounds. But it all intertwines and works together.
So what would you call what 3-6 was doing?
They called it in Memphis Buck, but 3-6 was doing it it wasn't even Buck music. I think it was just 3-6 created their own lane of Memphis music. Mm-hmm. And then they changed the landscape of what Memphis music is. So salute Paul, Juicy, and the whole squad. That's family too.
Niggas get the knocking down shit. Knocking shit down on the table, they capping or they ain't telling the whole truth. Charlamagne asked them a specific question. He didn't answer the specific question. Who started Crunk music? I'm gonna show y'all the first Crunk song too, but I want to talk for a minute before I play DJ Paul's response. So he said Tear the Club Up Thugs was 1997, right? And Bout It was 95, and he was saying Bout It and Master P is what was the influence and what started it for us. To me, that's more rowdy music. That's more bounce music. That's nothing to do with Crunk. That has nothing at all to do with Crunk. And salute to P. He did change the landscape. I'm excited for the Cash Money and No Limit verses, even though I think that it's going to be a lopsided victory for Cash Money. I salute everybody at No Limit, but they just they ain't got the hits, though. They got the street records, though, but they ain't got the hits like Cash Money do. It's totally different. It's a totally different level. But he said Memphis was getting buck. They was getting buck. That's true. But they started Crunk. 3-6 Mafia started Crunk. The first time I heard the word Crunk was on a 3-6 Mafia song. I ain't even going to monetize this show. I'm going to play the record. Even if I get the copywritten notice or whatever, I just want to play the record because I want people to be knowledgeable where Crunk music came from. A lot of people won't give Ghetto Mafia the title for starting trap. Y'all got to do y'all research. The first time trap was ever talked about or it was even ever a discussion, it was from Wicked and them boys in Ghetto Mafia. But this was DJ Paul's response to what Lil Jon had to say on the Breakfast Club interview.
Y'all done got me out of bed
on some bullshit on who started Crunk. You know who started Crunk? God started Crunk. God damn it, Jesus. But you know who he used to deliver the message? 3-6 Mafia. I'm a huge Outkast fan. I look at Andre 3000 as God of all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I know all of their lyrics. I know lyrics to Outkast songs that didn't even have lyrics, just a beat. You know what I'm saying? But in one particular song, he said a lyric that says, we grew up on booty shake, we didn't know no other thing. That right there should tell you enough. More on this story after my caffeine kick in. Let me make me some black tea, niggas. Yes.
I want to give DJ Paul and Juicy J some credit. And I want to, not downplay Atlanta. But at that time when Atlanta was doing their thing, when 3-6 Mafia was out, there was Tootsie rolling and shit, doing booty music. It was all bass and booty music. At night, I think of you. All that old type shit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no identity at the time. Atlanta didn't. Memphis had an identity before Atlanta had an identity. I know that sounds crazy, the song. Memphis is still influential in the culture. The sound that y'all listen to today, the bass lines and the hi-hats and all of that, 3-6 Mafia is the most sampled group of all time in hip-hop. Don't believe me, go check out their statistics and go look at a lot of these songs that people are sampling. The new Cardi B album, I heard so much 3-6 Mafia influence is crazy, and she from New York. But I'm going to play the first Crunk record. It's called Get 'Em Crunk. It was released November the 7th, 1996. Get 'Em Crunk. That's the title of the song. Let's get right to it.
It's on for the 9-7 motherfucker. 9 nickel and 2 pennies. Ain't no tongue twister, you hear my words clearly. We finna do the motherfucking shit like this.
I ain't rolling nothing low, come and go, I'm looking for. Bustin' through them clubbed up with the ski mask on, you funky hoe. Wood bangs, everything, lyrics with the boomerang. Bourbon with that best bank claim, and with that clear main. I ain't playing, I'm in psycho, get you if you're careless. Murder, they'll kill, now I'm flexing in your Lexus. Stress me if you wanna, gonna ball around the corner, then I holler with your woman, turn the volume way up on ya. Foolish saying pause, making noise in my trunk, tryna get his ass, heard him in them cabs in the speed bump. Thump, 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 finna get him, can you feel, man? 3 up on my palm, finna bless him in the midland. Itching for a killing, nicking for a killing, man. Didn't wanna hit him, but that bitch can play with man. Had to trick to stop it, but he kept on running low. Got a chicken in my arm, but he got out the
Motherfucker, we gonna get it crunk. If you ain't crunk a buck, what you gotta get the fuck? One fool caught himself hot and got the fuck off the floor.
this ass before he got to the
Now we gon' get it crunk, motherfucker, we gonna get it crunk. If you ain't crunk a buck, what you gotta get the fuck? One fool caught himself hot and got the fuck off the floor.
this ass before he got to the
Niggas have been elevated, I know you can wait too long. Informers kicking it up, so just ever your way through the crust, stop your feet on the floor. Let's get ultra like whipping the soul. Bitches can't hang with you, weakest is out of the way, cause it's going down right about now. Tearing and riding the rumor, cause chaos, we coming straight out of the radius out. Cracker this bitch till it's shaped like a natural disaster. Urca that blew out the scale. Name us the 666, in other words, we can't enter this bitch, just a race plenty hell. This time we let us go full on the club, we gon' rip up the tempo and pin every gal. So get motivated, this party like the war started, the war's gonna end fucking now.
My motherfucking business, I ain't going, bitch. Niggas claiming killer all the time, but ain't did shit. Flogging round town, talking about what they gonna do. Knowing if they step onto this pimpin', it's a murder booth. Never tryna dodge a nigga, cause I let my nuts hang strapped with the Smith & Wesson. If I have to bring the pain, bring the pain, bring the gang. Niggas, we gon' get it on. Smoking motherfuckers in the night till the early morning.
We gon' get it crunk, motherfucker, we gonna get it crunk. If you ain't crunk a buck, what you gotta get the fuck? One fool caught himself hot and got the fuck off the floor.
this ass before he got to the
Now we gon' get it crunk, motherfucker, we gonna get it crunk. If you ain't crunk a buck, what you gotta get the fuck? One fool caught himself hot and got the fuck off the floor.
this ass before he got to the
In the chorus, they say, if you ain't crunk a buck, what something with the funk. one fool called herself hot and got out the floor. And then they put the Easy E sample in there and said, I smoked his ass before he got to the store. Salute to 3-6. Hey, man, rest in peace, the Law Infamous. Rest in peace to Coops Danica. Rest in peace to Gangsta Boo, man. Some dope artists. I want to tell a story before I play this where they was conversing with each other about where did Crunk come from. You know, I ain't trying to bash Lil Jon because I remember one time I opened up for Lil Jon and Bo Hagen in my hometown. And they performed that song. I don't remember the title of the song, but I kind of remember the chorus. And they were saying, if you niggas ain't scared, throw your sets in something. Throw your set, something. Something get up at the club. If you're near something get up at the club. Man, that show was so lit. And the performance from Lil Jon and the East Side Boys and Bo Hagen, it was so lit that the stage fell down. I don't even know if Lil Jon remember that in Knoxville, Tennessee. The stage collapsed in the club. Everybody had to leave. They were so crunk. I got another story with 3-6 Mafia. A lot of people that's on my channel, they don't know that I'm a rapper or a hip-hop artist because I don't talk about it that much or I don't promote it. But 15 years old, you know, I used to go to the radio station. My next door neighbor was the radio DJ in the town at that time. And in the hood, we used to have freestyle battles. You know, we used to get out the school bus. All of us used to be freestyling all day long, and I was the coldest. To be honest with you, I was effortlessly the coldest. So he sent me down to the radio station and see if people wanted to call in and have me keep going and keep going and keep going. And it was on Friday nights, every Friday night. And sometimes I got to meet the celebrities and meet the people that was coming to town promoting their show or whatever. And 3-6 Mafia was there, Gangsta Boo, all of them was there. And I was freestyling, killing it, and people kept calling, asking for Trevor to keep freestyling. And that's something that I always remember. That was 30 years ago. Because I'm 45 right now. That was 30 years ago. But that was a dope experience with 3-6 Mafia and stuff, though. Let's get into the, and that was before that song was created. Let's get into the conversation that they had on DJ Paul's YouTube and see what they talking about.
Yo. There he is. How you doing, man?
Nigga, we got the internet on fire right now.
Yeah, I know it. It's crazy. this been going on for 100 years, though.
I know, nigga. Like, this shit hit TMZ. You know, TMZ put a story up about this shit.
Really?
Yes, TMZ got
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. So I just want to hit you so me and you could talk in front of the whole goddamn world and they can understand what the fuck really going on and hear full context. Because I think people are like my Breakfast Club interview, people, Memphis niggas is crazy. I'm going to just say that. Memphis niggas is crazy. They on the internet going fucking crazy. They missed a lot of
Memphis crazy.
Yeah, I know. They missed a lot of the context of what I was saying. So I'm going to start, in case you didn't see the whole interview, I started, they asked me how did Crunk, like the origins of Crunk or some shit like that.
Yeah, I saw that part.
But I started when I think I had maybe talked before this about bass music. I said Atlanta was all about bass. And here's what I was trying to say in the whole my definition. I was trying to let people know where the origins of the energy of what helped to change the culture in the city to develop into what turned into Crunk. So it started with bass music, as we know. And all I was saying, I didn't never say Master P started Crunk. I said Master P basically changed the fucking energy of the South. Because when Master P came, I was DJing. Yeah. Remember the 559 in Atlanta?
Yeah, of course.
I used to DJ at the 559. It was all bass music. And I remember when Master P came out, when that Bout It hit, it was no more bass music. Mm-hmm. It killed bass music. It was done. And all I was trying to say was that was when, from my recollection of Atlanta, because I don't live in Memphis, Cause that's what Memphis niggas is coming at me for. They was like, we've been Crunk since this and this came out and this. I was like, I'm thinking I wasn't in Memphis, nigga. We didn't know Memphis records like that. We weren't really.
I mean,
in the
y'all
club
knew Memphis records. Y'all knew Memphis records.
Club. In the club.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm not talking about niggas in the cars. Let's talk about what ran the culture of the nightclubs.
All right.
And I want to add this to everybody on the internet. If you wasn't 21 in the 90s, you can't get in this conversation.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the whole thing started from kids.
Right. Because we know what it is. We've been friends for 25 something years.
Yeah.
I always pay homage to 3-6 motherfucking Mafia.
Yeah,
and the first motherfuckers I say is Ballin' G, who was the
all
godfathers
the OGs in
of
Atlanta.
Memphis.
Yep, all the OGs in Atlanta always show love to Memphis and always talked about that. You know, like always talked about from Killer Mike. You know, I get Big Boy from Outkast. I can go for days. Niggas always like, man, 3-6 Mafia, that Crunk. They always, gave us our credit, but it was like the kids didn't know it. I get it.
Right.
I get it.
That's why we have to get on and talk about it. And
but this is what people not realizing. A lot of people confused because they saying, who created Crunk, this and that. And I was telling people, it's not even about the word crunk.
Right.
Memphis is not claiming that we was the first people to use crunk. We never used that. The overall, what the conversation was about is the style of music.
Right.
Like Jazzy Face said on the evolution of hip hop, the directional music, like hit a motherfucker, tear the club up, do this, do that. The music that hypnotized minds and made you destroy some shit.
Yeah.
That's what 3-6 Mafia came up with. Can we?
I ain't even gonna let them continue on. That's 21 minutes. Y'all can go watch it on your own time. He don't even want to take credit for what he created. He basically said we didn't create Crunk when I just played the record for y'all. That they even mentioned the word Crunk before Lil Jon even existed on his own creating records. So I just showed y'all the proof. But what I want to say is that, they give credit to Ballin' G. My hometown is in the middle of these two cities. So I'm going to tell y'all something about 3-6 Mafia and DJ Paul tapes. It was a point of time where I had homeboys going to Memphis, or they was from Jackson, Tennessee. My homeboy was from Jackson, Tennessee, and he was going to Memphis to get the DJ Paul tapes. And he was coming back and duplicating the tapes and selling them for $10 to $20 in the hood. We all knew about that 3-6 Crunk music early. Even though it say it was released November the 7th, 1996 on The End. That's the title of the album. 3-6 Mafia, The End. Get 'em Crunk. It was released in 96. We was hearing that shit early. And I was a teen. He talking about, if you wasn't 21, you don't have no opinion. That's cap. I was 15. And if you was getting money, age didn't matter. You was getting in the club regardless if you was getting money. You could be 15, 14, 16. You was a money nigga. You was getting in and you was listening to the records. So I want to say, no disrespect to Lil Jon, but 3-6 Mafia created Crunk. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to my show. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money. And let's further this conversation in the comment section below. I'm out. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.